Hi everyone, it's Wendy here from Wendy Wise Beauty. Thanks for stopping by and for visiting again. Today I am doing a quasi unboxing, first impressions review video of the new La Fede fragrances which just launched from Khadlaj La Fede. It is a different series from Khadlaj. I have one fragrance from this series. It is the Intoxicate. Based on what I can see from this line from Khadlaj, they tend to have some of their inspired fragrances in this line. So I noticed they had 4 fragrances from this line which is out. I was a bit surprised when I saw this on a perfume website already here in Germany, because normally these fragrances, especially Khadlaj, it comes so late to Germany, but I guess I had luck this time and I read quite a lot about these fragrances on the Khadlaj Dubai website, so I was very happy to get those. So we will start with the Crystallia series. There are 2 fragrances in this series. I got both of them. This one, it is called Crystallia Primoso and it is Eau de Parfum. It's very beautiful packaging. I mean, Khadlaj never lets me down with their packaging. Their bottles are always top and the packaging is always robust. My box, it got bitten up a bit, so some of the cartons are a bit damaged, but it does not take away a lot from the beauty of this packaging. And the fragrance is inside. This one, it is called Crystallia Primoso. This is the presentation of the fragrance. This is so beautiful. It is a glass bottle. The top here, this is plastic, but you would not know it by looking at the bottle. You would have to tap on there. This is extremely heavy. It really feels luxurious in the hands. Crystallia Primoso, this one, it is a very fruity fragrance with some woods. I am wearing this on my arm. This one, it is very young. The opening, it is very fresh, very vibrant, aromatic. The top notes are apple, lychee, and rose. The lychee is very present, but most of all, it is a beautiful, crisp apple note. I sprayed this already a few days ago, so I do know how this fragrance reacts. The rose in this fragrance, it is listed in the top note, but the rose comes quite a bit later. What is really in the opening, it is lychee and this very aromatic apple note. It is a bit fruity, a bit sweet. The heart note of this fragrance, it's plum and jasmine, and it is laid on a bed of musk and patchouli. I have seen on some blog spots that there are people who have written that this reminds them of Dalina or Dalina Exclusive. Guys, I have tried this fragrance for a few days. I do not sense any of this Dalina DNA in this fragrance. This is a crisp, fruity floral with woody undertones. This one, it is definitely fruit first. There is some patchouli in here and the patchouli adds a bit of grounding to this fragrance. The fruit does not get too overbearing. The rose note in this fragrance, it is present, it comes a bit later, but it is more towards the dry down of the fragrance. The dry down, it is musk with some woody notes and also some fruit. This is a very pretty fragrance. The woody notes keep this from being too overtly girly young. This is a very playful fragrance, definitely perfect for daytime, for summer, and of course I would wear this on hot summer nights. I do think this would benefit a bit from some more maceration, but right from the bottle when I got this, it was not at all, I would say, off-putting. There was no note which was off. I just think with a bit more maceration, maybe this fragrance might gain a bit more depth. But this is definitely one for the girls who are liking fruity fragrances, but the woody undertones in this fragrance, it does keep it from being too cloyingly fruity. It is a pretty scent. The next fragrance from the Crystallia line, this is La Fede also. It is called Crystallia Imperio, and this is also a de parfum. It is the same kind of packaging as the Crystallia Primoso, but this one, it is just the most beautiful emerald green color. This feels so nice in the hand, and the top of this one, it is gold, but this one Imperio, this one, it has a black top. From the two Crystallia fragrances, Imperio, it is my favorite. It is so highly aromatic and it is not an artificial apple. It does smell like a green apple. And when this fragrance progresses a bit, it starts to smell really like a candied apple that you would buy in a fair. The middle note is bubblegum, caramel, and jasmine, and it's laid on a bed of crystal amber and sandalwood. I am very, very happy that this bubblegum note, it does not linger for very long, or this fragrance would have been too much of a, I would say, pretty girly frou-frou fragrance. It is there, this bubblegum, but it dissipates quite quickly, and then what you get, it's more of a candied apple which is sugared with caramel. After this fragrance has settled for a bit, then the soft floral notes start to appear. The jasmine, it mixes in with this very strong apple accord, and it is actually very beautiful. This fragrance is apple from top to bottom. I do not have anything like this in my collection, and I am not really sure if this is a dupe of something. I do not have a lot of fruity fragrances, so I would not know off the bat. Guys, when I am doing fragrance reviews, I have a huge fragrance collection. However, if I spray something and it reminds me of something else, I will let you know, but I do not necessarily go sniffing through 100 perfumes to see if it reminds me of something. These two fragrances, they do not remind me of anything I have. I have seen that maybe this one, it is inspired maybe by a Kayali. I do not know. The Kayali fragrances, I like one or two, and I have, I think, 3 minis in my collection, but none of those fragrances remind me of Kayali perfumes. Where I really love this fragrance, it is when this fragrance is transforming, you can say, from the middle of the fragrance to the dry down. It is really a sandalwood with a bit of amber and this apple note. The sandalwood note, it really turns this from, you can say, a very young girly fragrance into a more sophisticated scent. This one, Crystallia Imperio, it is more of, I would say, a more serious scent than Crystallia Primoso. I would not classify this as an overtly gourmand fragrance. It is not foodie. It is more on the fresh side, and the woody notes and the touch of amber, it does balance out this green, fresh, juicy apple note in this fragrance. It is gourmand, but it is a fresh gourmand. It is not a very comforting, foodie, yummy gourmand fragrance. It is yummy, but it is crisp, clean, and clear. This is a great fragrance for work and play, and this is something I would also wear in the office. These two fragrances, they do have quite a bit of projection, also the lasting power. It is very good. After, I would say, the 1 hour mark, the projection, the sillage, it does tone down a bit, but when this is first applied, it is a bit strong. But nothing to be afraid of. I mean, this one, Imperio, this one is my lieblings of the two. The other two fragrances, they are also from a new series from Khadlaj. It is Khadlaj La Fede, but it is called Opera. There are two fragrances. One is black and the other one is a lighter color. The black one, it is called La Fede Noir, black gold. And the other one, it is La Fede Opera, and it is Rose L'Or, or Golden Rose. They both have the same type of outside packaging. I will start with the Rose L'Or, Opera Rose L'Or, because I am wearing this one at the moment. And this is what the fragrance looks like. This is how it opens. And Rose L'Or is inside this fragrance bottle. It's very pretty. The cap of this one, it is very heavy. This one, guys, this is a pretty fragrance. This one has opening notes of raspberry, lychee, and pear. And I can smell the pear in this fragrance. The raspberry is there, and this is one of the few fragrances where I can smell lychee. I think two notes which are in, it is lychee and praline, and they are in pretty much everything since about 3 years now, and a lot of times I could never really get a good dose, a good sniff of the lychee. And in this fragrance, I can say it is present. I sense it. The raspberry, it does add a nice fruity note to this fragrance. The rose in this fragrance, it does appear a bit later. It has a bit of a powdery touch. There is also quite a strong dose of musk which intertwines with the rose note. It is not a stuffy rose, it is not an artificial rose, it is a beautiful rose accord laced with musk. The patchouli in this fragrance, it comes in the dry down, and it does not interfere with this beautiful feminine rose powdery musky note. It is a a patchouli which remains in the background. It is in the dry down. This one, it has a bit of, I would say, a classy feminine vibe going on. It is not too serious, but at the same time, it is not a very overtly young girly fragrance. I do love this fragrance very much, and I have been wearing this on and off since I bought it. I had not done the review. It was sitting there. I was allowing it to macerate a bit. I would describe this one. It is a soft velvety rose scent, and it does smell expensive. This one I am surprised because I have quite a few Middle Eastern fragrances which are either macerating or they are already in my failed section, and a lot of them are rose fragrances. And what I tend not to like is that at times the rose, it is abrasive and it can smell very artificial, and I do not have this issue with Rose L'Or, and it has not been macerating for very long. This has been sitting there in my perfume cabinet a little bit over a week. The two opera fragrances, the atomizer on the bottle, it gives a very fine mist. It is very pretty. You can really spray the hair with this. It does not come out in gushes. It is very nicely done, this packaging. The next one, guys, it is this one, La Fede Opera Noir. This is the black gold one. It is the same as the other one, like I said, and the bottle is in here. It is the same bottle. It is just that this one, it is white, and the top, it looks like it is rose gold. I am not sure. Maybe it's my contacts, but this one, it is yellow gold. This is looking very nice in the hands. It feels very nice. When I sprayed this fragrance, immediately I said to myself, Louis Vuitton Matiere Noir. Matiere Noir, it is a fragrance that I do love from Louis Vuitton, but I have not picked it up because the lasting power is so poor. I love the fragrance, but I just could not justify spending this amount of money for a fragrance which barely lasts 3 hours. I have almost broken down on a couple of occasions and picked it up, but I have not done so. I am still trying a couple clones. When I smelled this, it was Matiere Noir. Like I said to you guys, I did not have to look around. I sniffed it and I knew exactly what this was. This one has top notes of blackcurrant syrup and aquatic notes, which they do describe as water notes. The opening, yeah, you can smell the blackcurrant, but it is a bit fresh. And I think this is what they mean with this water accord. It does not smell at all aquatic. It is just black currants, which has quite a fresh accord. The middle notes are rose, cyclamen, narcissus, which I think are black daffodils, and then there is jasmine sambac, and this is laid on a bed of argarwood, patchouli, incense, benzoin, and caramel. This is a blend of a lot of notes similar to Matiere Noir. Everyone might get something different from this. The woody notes are very well done in this fragrance. There is a good dose of rose, which works very well with the woody notes. And also, I think the narcissus, it adds a bit of, same as in Louis Vuitton Matiere Noir, it has a touch of, you can say, darkness, yeah, a bit of mystery. It adds a bit of mystery to this fragrance. They could not have hidden this one if they tried. This is really, I think, a very good clone of Matiere Noir. At the moment, yeah, I have two dupes of Matiere Noir that I am playing with. My favorite one, it is from Zafarran. I don't know if you can see it. It is their Privee Couture collection, and the bottles look like this. This one from Zafarran, it is not one of their cheaper fragrances because it is 30 milliliters and it is costing 30 euros. Normally at Zafarran their 100 milliliter bottles are costing about 30 euros until I got this one. The one from Zafarran, it was my favorite, you can say, clone version of Matiere Noir. And this one, it is very strong. I also have this fragrance that I bought. It is from Ayat and it is called Jealousy. I have a bit of problems with this one. It does smell like Matiere Noir, but I think it needs a bit of maceration. The heart note of the fragrance, there is a note which bothers me. It is getting better, but I much preferred the Matiere Noir. This is a bit crazy. It has the same name as the Louis Vuitton one. But this one, guys, this is very close. This one, it smells expensive. The bottle feels expensive. This is a beautiful fragrance, wearable. It is a bit lighter than the one from Zafarran, and I will give this one a run for its money because I am really considering getting the real Matiere Noir, but I will have to spray it a lot and probably I will have to decant it and carry it around with me because the lasting power is so poor. This one, this has good lasting power. I have worn this for a couple of days and I love this fragrance. It is an awesome clone. These fragrances, yeah, they are beautiful fragrances. I think the Opera series, it is a bit more serious. Guys, from this haul, all the scents are beautiful, but the ones that I really love. Okay, this one, Noir, it is a clone of Matiere Noir, and of course I love it. But from the fragrances where I do not know what they are cloning, I do love the Rose. Lord, this is very soft, very feminine, very pretty. And also the Crystallia Imperio. I can see myself wearing a lot of this during the summer, and I think this is one which will perform very good in hot weather. There is one more new fragrance from Khadlaj. It is this one here. It is simply called Musk, Pure Musk, Blend Creation of Iqbal. This one, for some reason, it is not yet available in Europe. I am dying to get my hands on this because the notes, yeah, they are looking so yummy, delicious, and I do love pretty musk fragrances. The description says Musk Pure Musk Blend by Iqbal is a bespoke creation by master perfumer and founder Mr. Mohammed Iqbal, meticulously designed to offer a personalized and luxurious olfactory experience. As soon as this one comes in, I will be jumping on it. If I look at the notes, there are musky notes, there are some green notes, there are some florals, and there are also some citrus notes in this musk. It is looking so complex, but at the same time beautiful. So I hope it gets here soon. Anyway, guys, I will come back and talk to you guys about these fragrances because I have not had them for very long. So this is more of a first impressions. But from what I can see so far, these are really nice fragrances. And I hope they do come your way soon. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to subscribe and hope to see you again soon on my channel. Tschüss!